one of the things I'm still just playing in my mind. The journey to the wedding. And the life after.
You know. Sometimes when you plan for a wedding, you don't even, you get lost in the planning. I remember there are days we just used to have to say we're not discussing anything in regards to the wedding.
Yeah, you're so tired of planning until you're like,
And then you find that you lose base and touch of why you're getting married because you're so engraved in the planning process, you know, the planning, the meetings.
Then came the opposition, man. You know, you're marrying this Kikuyu girl with all the drama in life, and
She will kill you.
she will kill you, take your children and your things and disappear. It is very interesting that sometimes you have to really know in your hearts of hearts what is good and what is right, and make that decision based on what is good and what is right, especially if you can make that decision with God's perspective in mind.
But it was, I think it was knowing what you want, because many of my relatives felt that I got married too early.
Oh yeah. Straight from campus into the house.
Actually, my wedding came just days after the graduation. So it was graduation.
2 weeks, yeah? You graduated and 2 weeks later you married.
It was like a week. It was more of a week.
Well, actually,
So the graduation was,
is
is always when people look forward to the graduation, I was looking forward to the wedding rather than, rather than the graduation.
And the best part is a lot of people were convinced that one of the reasons why we had agreed to marry early was you must have been pregnant.
Yeah, that was a conclusion of some.
Oh, man.
You know, it's those ones you meet and they ask you, is there something you're not telling
Is there
us?
something you're not telling us? Just come clean. You're like,
Then they are looking at your tummy. Is there something you're not telling us? And you're like, okay, I'm a bright girl. I know what you're asking. And it's not the reason why.
I think for me, I learned when you know the time is right and the person is right, as per God's plans and purposes, go ahead with it. And up to the day before the wedding, we didn't have money for food. Yeah? We tried our best, collected what we could, meetings, committee, still fell short.
But I think for me, I reached a point where it really didn't matter what is missing. As long as I have my dress, we have the ring. There were things that came as AOBs.
Yeah. I found the wedding day interesting. God eventually came through. We got money to sort guys' food. They did wonderful catering.
And the food was a lot.
The food was a lot.
That was the feedback I got later in the wedding. We ate a lot of food.
Straight from the kitchen to the auditorium. That was a nice thing. The photo shoot, guys got lost from Wida. Then, of course, we arrived late for the evening party. Yeah.
We went to look for a place for chipo and chips and chicken and soda.
We bought it from that place for fries in Karen. And straight into a honeymoon period. Yeah. It's an interesting journey. Oh, the honeymoon, memorable. Yes. Interesting moments there.
And I think during the honeymoon stages, like you're wondering, what am I supposed to do? Because you're so used to moving up and about. I think it's an integral bit where I found it was critical. We needed that rest time. Because we didn't have any rest time for like 6 weeks continuously. If you're not here, you are meeting someone. If you're not here.
For me, the reality was, at the end of the wedding, the shocker was all the months of planning. In a couple of hours, everything was done. But thinking about it, I think we make too much of a deal
For the few hours,
for the wedding. The best part was we truly had fun.
For me, I think that was a highlight. I was just happy. It was a happy day. That is also your mind has to be focused on the right things, no matter what thing you see has gone wrong.
Yeah.